Welcome everyone to the first ever ZAKdown. That's my best Vince McMahon impression, unfortunately. So we'll see if we'll do that again or not. But this is Zach with Zach Attack Cards, and we have ourselves a little treat just in time for Wrestlemania. I was able to get my hands on some women's division blaster boxes. Now these are the Topps release, exclusively featuring the women's division trading cards, which is pretty awesome. And just like their flagship release, you're guaranteed to get an autograph or relic or an autographed relic in each box. Or being that it's Topps, you are also guaranteed that it could also be a redemption card, which is fine by me. But without further ado, let's get on with it. Let's see what each box has in store. So I bought two of these from Topps. They were very quick to ship. $20 each, I believe they were. With taxes and all that kind of stuff, you know, they basically figured out to be somewhere in the neighborhood of like $25, especially because the shipping was a little more expensive than I expected it to be, but I guess that's probably a result of the, you know, the gas prices and what's going on with them lately. So let's just go ahead and open both boxes open. We'll have all the packs out in front of us, and we'll just kind of rip into them, see what we can get, keep track of what's in each box, and see if one box is better than the other. You guys know that I like to do that. So, right off the bat, the packs are pretty cool. Alexa Bliss in her, I guess if you want to call it like a Fiend knockoff gimmick, whatever they termed it when she kind of took over. Alexa's Playground was what it was for television. Again, I wasn't a huge fan of it because the Fiend's always been my guy, and I'm just a little sour that he was let go not that long ago. Candice LeRae becomes the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship. If you guys get a chance, you should definitely check out Johnny Gargano's YouTube channel. The two of them do a lot of gaming and stuff like that, and they're quite entertaining and funny. Dakota Kai, NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai defeats Dakota Kai. Io Shirai is awesome. She is definitely something special. Toni Storm defeats Shotzi Blackheart. So there we go. Shows you a little bit of age on these, obviously, since Toni Storm has since come and gone. She went up to the SmackDown roster, I think it was, and has since departed the WWE. Same with our next one, Ember Moon. Always liked her. Thought she had awesome theme music. Kayla Braxton. Nikki Cross defeats Alexa Bliss. And Rhea Ripley and Shotzi Blackheart seek revenge against the Robert Stone brand. Yeah, something else from a little while back. I don't even think Robert Stone is doing too much down there in NXT 2.0. But I could be wrong. I don't pay as much attention to it. I preferred Black and Gold personally. You guys will have to let me know what you think. I mean, the 2.0 definitely has some nice you know, athletes, superstars, whatever you want to call them. You know, especially like the Steiner's son there, but Braun Breaker they're calling him. But it just doesn't do it for me as much as like seemed like there was a lot more grit and such to the Black and Gold. That's a nice picture there. Like, I will say that they did a good job with her character and how Alexa Bliss looked. I just, again, didn't really care for it all that much. Marlena, very nice. Haven't seen much about her in quite some time. Goldust, former manager and real life wife, I believe. Sasha Banks defeats Bayley. That's a really cool card. Is that like an insert or something? Yep, SC10 insert. That's pretty cool. I'll put that off to the side here, along with our parallel. Dakota Kai defeats Ember Moon. And Women's Tag Team Champions Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler defeat the Riot Squad. Several people in that match no longer with the company. So I know that this release didn't get as much love as a lot of the other WWE releases, just because it being a women's division release, you know, women's division specific. But I think it's actually pretty cool. I mean, the female superstars are doing just as good a job, if not better, than the men in a lot of cases. Becky Lynch awards the Women's Championship to Asuka. That was a really cool moment when she announced she was going to be a mom. Nia Jax cost Asuka her match. Ooh, got another parallel. Shotzi Blackheart defeats Aaliyah with that little tank thing. That was pretty cool. Raquel Gonzalez. Another Ember Moon. At Dakota Kai. And Raquel Gonzalez defeat NXT Women's Champion Shirai and Rhea Ripley. And a real nice Asuka card. Hopefully they bring her back pretty soon. I mean, if you believe the dirt sheets or whatever you want to call them, it sounds like she's ready to come back, or she just they just haven't brought her back. You know, they don't have anything for her or whatever. You know, they keep trying to say, but looks like this pack has our relic, so we're just gonna have a couple of cards. Raw Women's Champion Asuka defeats Nia Jax. Kayla Braxton, I believe we already saw that, and same with the Alexa Bliss. Whoa, look at that. That is awesome, man. An authentic matte relic, Alexa Bliss. And it's numbered 231 out of 250. Event used matte relic. So unlike you see in their baseball stuff where it's not from any specific game, event, blah, 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 blah. This is an authentic matte used relic, and it's a huge piece too. That's really awesome. We'll stick that off to the side. So that's our box hit there, or blaster box hit basically. So not going to get any autographs, or at least I guess unlikely to. Let's see if we can pull anything else. Nikki Cross costs Alexa Bliss her match. And Alexa Bliss defeats Nikki Cross. Women's Tag Champions. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross beat the Kabuki Warriors. And that was pretty cool when the two of them were running around together. And they had that really strange like talk show. I can't remember what they called it. I think it had something to do with coffee or something like that. It had some pretty funny moments on it. Aaliyah trips up Shotzi Blackheart. And there you go. The tag team champions. The Golden Role Models. Sasha and Bailey defeat Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart. Tegan Nox no longer with the company. Another person that I thought had a bright future, but unfortunately that was not to be the case. They've run her off in short order, and now she's back on the indies. I'm not sure if if she's able to make other TV appearances yet, if her 90 days is up, but it'd be pretty cool to see where she ends up. Maybe AEW or something. Another Candice LeRae. Man, getting a ton of this Ember Moon and Kayla Braxton. I feel like that's easily the third time we've seen those. Asuka defeats Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair in a TLC match. SC7. So that's another insert, I think, that goes with that. Asuka wins Women's Money in the Bank right before she became champion. And Mia Yim defeats Jessie Kamea. Mia Yim, another person released by the company. I never really did much with her, so it's not super surprising. And there again, I believe she's engaged to Keith Lee, who's another guy that they let go, so maybe that had something to do with it too. It was when Alexa Bliss was doing her trance stuff with The Fiend. Dakota Kai gives Io Shirai a preview of what's to come. There's another parallel. NXT Women's Champion Charlotte Flair defeats Mia Yim back in 2020. So that's after she won the title, I think, at Wrestlemania, when she wrestled for the NXT title. Seen those already. NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai defeats Rhea Ripley, and Dakota Kai attacks Ember Moon. So lots of pretty cool action shots, some nice inserts so far. The Matte Relic definitely is a really cool hit. Io Shirai wins #1 Contenders ladder match. Tamina and Lacey Evans defeat Bailey and Sasha Banks. And we got yet another Raquel, yet another Ember Moon. Jeez. Whoa, look at this. A die cut Aaliyah. That's really cool. DC-12. Is it die cut? Oh, maybe diamond cut. Looks like there's a diamond behind her. That's really cool. I've always been a big fan of the die cut cards. And there he is. Look at that. The Fiend confronts Alexa Bliss. It's such a cool story going on that I wish they could have let play out. I feel like there was something more to it, but they just kind of cut it off at this past WrestleMania, and then before you know it, the Fiend was gone. But hey, that's cool. I'll take any card that's got him on it. The dude was an absolute genius in the way it seems to be. He had very little, or he had a ton of input into his character, and the backstage didn't really give him too much input, so it was really all on him creatively, which that just shows a tremendous amount of creativity. SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley defeats Asuka. And we got Asuka defeats Bayley. There you go. Basically the reverse. Hey, finally a different women's division. Zoe Stark, rookie. Women's division Bayley. I don't think we've seen that one yet either. Toni Storm and Shotzi defeats Aaliyah. Seen those. So final 2 packs from the first blaster. I think these are worth every bit of $20. I mean, again, I suppose it depends on what your opinion is of the women's superstars. Again, I personally enjoy them. I think that they really work their butts off to perform up to what everybody expects out of them, and they exceed it in a lot of cases. Sonya Deville ambushes Mandy Rose. Ah, that's a cool one. The Golden Role Models. And there's Kayla Braxton yet again. Alexa Bliss yet again. And this when Nia Jax was doing some crazy stuff with her hair. And another Candice LeRae. All right, last pack. Let's see if we can get a little last pack magic. Maybe, maybe not. Toni Storm betrays Ember Moon. There's a new one. Or one we haven't seen yet anyway. Candice LeRae defeats Toni Storm. Nice parallel there. Sasha Banks and Dolph Ziggler defeat Asuka and Drew McIntyre. We got Nia Jax, Io Shirai women's division cards. I think those are new. That is a duplicate, and so is that. So it must be a fairly small set, judging by the amount of duplicates that we got there. But I would say overall a pretty awesome first blaster box. Now let's head into the last one, see what we pull from that, see if it happens to be better, worse. Who knows? It's the joy of opening the packs, right? I expect we're going to see quite a few doubles since we saw quite a few doubles throughout the first blaster. So we'll move right through the doubles. Toni Storm. There you go. Nice little parallel of Asuka defeating Bayley, which we got the regular one in the last few packs. Dewdrop. I think that's such a silly name to give her. You could have just kept calling her Piper Niven like she was in NXT UK, but for whatever reason, they chose to rebrand her as Dewdrop and stick her with Ava Marie, who, to me, lacks all the charisma in the world. But Dewdrop, I think, has real potential if they decide to keep pushing her along. Rhea Ripley defeats Raquel Gonzalez. They had a heck of a rivalry there before Rhea got called up. Elise Ashton, rookie. Actually, not even too familiar with who that is. Natalia, Becky Lynch defeats Asuka. That's another one of those SC or RC9. We'll pop that off to the side. We got Sasha Banks defeats Bayley for the Women's Championship, SmackDown Women's Championship, and Sasha defeats Asuka. Ripping into these, trying to keep at least one or two of the packs intact because I do like to. That's how I like to kind of store them once I get them into the shoebox style holders. I put the packs in there as kind of separators and so that I know what the sets are. Nice parallel. Women's division, Beth Phoenix Pretty cool. And a rookie of Kavita Devai. Sasha Banks defeats Bayley in a Hell in a Cell match. And Bayley brutalizes Sasha Banks. I think that's when she turned on her. Everybody was hoping for that, and they finally got it. And it was a nice little payoff. It was a little bit different. I think everybody was kind of expecting it to come from Sasha, so it was pretty refreshing to see the turn come from Bayley. But they work so well together, they really do. Asuka, Rhea Ripley. And there we go. Got another one of these diamond die-cut cards, whatever you want to call them. Natalia. Not bad. Let's move that out of the way there. Asuka looks for payback. And NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai defeats Tegan Nox. Again, quite a few duplicates. Maybe not something you'd want to buy too many blasters of, or, you know, maybe just a hobby box and a blaster if you're looking to finish off the set. Io Shirai defeats Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair to become the NXT Women's Champion. That was a cool moment. Toni Storm betrays Ember Moon. We got Tamina Women's Division, Dakota Kai. Asuka defeats Charlotte Flair. They had themselves a heck of a rivalry. I hated the fact that Charlotte was the one that ended her Asuka's big long winning streak at WrestleMania. So that was a fantastic start, especially because that was my relic that I just threw on the floor. So I guess if there's anything wrong with it, that's completely on me. All right, so it's essentially the exact same relic except a different person. This time it is Dana Brooke as opposed to Alexa Bliss. And also numbered to 250, this one being quite a bit lower, 66 out of 250. So not getting any autographs out of these guys. And that's all right. Kaden Carter and Charlotte Flair. Let's see if I can try not to shoot the cards onto the floor this time. Rhea Ripley defeating Aaliyah. It's pretty early on in Aaliyah's career. Golden Romanos to beat Asuka and Nikki Cross. Might even have that parallel from the first box. Maurice, nice, and Sonya Deville Women's Division cards. Bianca Belair makes her Raw debut. I think that's the first time for that. And Charlotte Flair interrupts Rhea Ripley in Io Shirai's match. That's what set up Io's win that we saw on the previous card. Good stuff. Yeah, cards are nice too. I mean, they're very similar to the, I guess what we'll call the Topps flagship, Topps WWE release, you know, with the lights and stuff on the sides. What we got here? Got Aaliyah, Frankie Monet, rookie. Unfortunately, she really didn't even get a chance with the company before they dumped her. Charlotte Flair defeats Becky Lynch and Carmella in a triple threat. Nice insert. Nikki Cross comes #1 contender. And Bayley defeats Nikki Cross. So probably, yeah, right, June 26th and July 19th. So those two probably go right in a row, chronologically. So getting down there to the final couple packs. Let me know if you guys have picked this up, if you plan to pick this up, if you picked anything else WWE up. I'd love to hear from you down in the comments below. And as always, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Nia Jax and Baszler, saw that one already. Rhea Ripley defeats Raquel. There's Scarlett, no longer with the company. Stephanie McMahon, there she is. Used to be the billion-dollar princess. I don't really call her that anymore. Nice stuff there. Final two packs. And I certainly hope everybody watches WrestleMania this weekend. I plan to. I don't know if I'll watch the entire thing, at least live, because as much as I do enjoy wrestling, that is a absolute ton to watch between the two nights. Molly Holly and Mackenzie Mitchell. And Scarlett. Very cool. That one, yeah, that one is numbered. How cool is that? Kind of looked a little bit different, right? 10 out of 10. Wow, that's actually super low. Very nice. I'm going to pop that off to the side. Might not be able to quite capture it on camera, but nice stuff. Halloween Havoc. Ember Moon makes her return to NXT. I feel like she made her return to NXT and then basically was called back up the next time they had a draft. So it wasn't really like she spent too much time down there anyways. You know, whereas you had a guy like Finn Balor who was down there for, oh geez, he was down there for somewhere, I want to say between 12 and, 18 months or whatever before he finally came back up. Sasha Banks attacks SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. Got Lacey Evans, who I would think is due back here at some point from having her child in real life. Not Ric Flair's child, as that awful storyline was. But anyway, there we go. A little bit of a taste of what to expect from this release. If you guys have found it, have picked it up, plan to go out and see if you can get it or order it from Top's website like I did. I suggest it. You're guaranteed some relic or autograph. You definitely have the chance to hit on some numbered cards like this guy too. But with that said, enjoy WrestleMania, everybody, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.